All right, today we're tackling the 6 promising health benefits of Amla juice, and we're basing this whole breakdown on a really great deep dive from the folks over at Healthline.
So, what if a seriously sour fruit held some surprisingly sweet health secrets? I mean, that's really the big question, right? We're talking about a fruit that's famous for its sharp, almost puckering taste, not so much for its health benefits. And that's exactly what makes this so fascinating. Let's get to know the Indian gooseberry, or as you might know it, Amla.
So here's our game plan. First, we're going to properly meet this little fruit. Then we'll jump right into those 6 promising benefits. After that, and this is super important, we'll take a look at the actual research. Then, I'll show you how you can make your own Amla juice. And finally, we'll wrap it all up with a big takeaway.
All right, let's get into it. First things first, let's meet the Indian gooseberry. Okay, so what is Amla? Well, it's also known as the Indian gooseberry. It's this small green fruit that's originally from Asia. And it's not some new fad. It's been a huge deal in traditional wellness practices for literally centuries, all because it has some pretty unique properties. Yeah, and if you're thinking of a sweet, juicy berry, think again. The flavor here is, well, it's a whole experience. It's sour, it's bitter, and it's even got this astringent quality that kind of dries out your mouth. It's intense. That's why you often see it pickled or candied. But for our purposes today, we're zeroing in on how it's used as a powdered supplement and, of course, as a juice.
Okay, now for the main event. Let's get to the heart of this thing, the 6 promising body benefits. This is where we'll explore those potential health perks that have scientists and researchers really intrigued.
All right, benefit number 1 is all about immune function. And get this, a single tiny Amla fruit can have up to 700 milligrams of vitamin C. To put that in perspective, that is a ton. Vitamin C, as you probably know, is a super powerful antioxidant. It helps protect our cells and really amps up our immune system to fight off infections.
Moving on to liver health. Now, it's really important to note that this finding comes from an animal study, but the results were pretty eye-opening. The study found that Amla extract reduced body weight and belly fat while improving fatty liver disease in rats on a high-fat diet. The thinking is that this is likely thanks to its pretty powerful anti-inflammatory properties.
Okay, so from animal studies, let's switch gears to a human one. This is about supporting healthy digestion. A study was done on people with GERD, that's gastroesophageal reflux disease. And what they found was that Amla extract led to some pretty significant reductions in both heartburn and regurgitation. I mean, that's a really tangible, real-world kind of benefit right there.
All right, let's talk about heart health. There was a 12-week study where people took Amla extract, and the results were, well, they were impressive. It helped bring down triglycerides, total cholesterol, and that LDL bad cholesterol. But get this, it even cut down a key marker for cholesterol buildup in arteries by a whopping 39%.
Benefit number 5 is one that a lot of people are curious about. It might actually increase hair growth. So in one study, people dealing with hair loss applied a serum with Amla in it right onto their scalp for 90 days. And the result? They saw significant improvements in hair growth and density. Now, we don't know for sure if just drinking the juice does the same thing, but hey, it's loaded with nutrients that your hair loves anyway.
And that brings us to our 6th and final potential benefit, improved kidney health. Now, just like with the liver health point, the research here is mostly from animal studies, but the findings have been really consistent. It looks like Amla extract helps protect against kidney damage, preserves kidney function, and cuts down on oxidative stress, which probably has a lot to do with that super high antioxidant content we talked about.
Okay, we've just gone through all these amazing potential benefits. But hold on, because this next part is maybe the most important section of all. It's time for a quick but crucial note on the research so we can put all this exciting science into the right context.
So here's the deal. On one hand, you have the research, right? And the thing is, those studies often use these highly concentrated extracts. Plus, a lot of them were done on animals or in test tubes. But then you have real-world use. You and I would be drinking Amla juice in much, much smaller food-level amounts. So the takeaway here is pretty simple. The potential is really promising, but we definitely need more research on humans drinking the actual juice.
So, after all that science talk, you might be thinking, okay, I'm curious. I want to try this. Perfect. Let's get practical, and I'll show you exactly how to whip up your own DIY Amla juice at home. Seriously, it couldn't be easier. First, just chop up about 2 to 4 of their gooseberries and toss them in a blender with 1 or 2 cups of water. Now, to deal with that unique flavor, you can add some optional goodies like ginger, black pepper,
a little bit of honey, or some sea salt. Then just blend it all up really well, pour it through a strainer to get the pulp out, and that's it. Serve it up and enjoy.
All right, we've covered the science, the benefits, and even how to make it. So let's bring it all home. What's the big takeaway? What does all of this really mean for you?
Okay, so here's the bottom line. Amla juice is, without a doubt, a super nutritious drink. It's got these promising, though still emerging links to better kidney, liver, heart, immune, and digestive health. The key word here really is emerging. The science is still in its early stages, but man, is it pointing in a very, very positive direction.
And that really leaves us with one final question to think about. We live in this world of super complex supplements and crazy biohacks, but what if, just maybe, some of the answers we're all looking for could be found in something as simple and, yeah, as incredibly sour as a fruit? It's definitely some food for thought.